Now let's go to Randy Allen and Rick Lovinger with the action on mat 2, and that is Troy Doughman of LaCrosse Central and Tom Dickman of Stoughton.
Rick, here we have a situation where a match has an awful lot to do with our team championship in Class A. You see Tom Dickman here in the dark uniform from Stoughton, who is in command now, has taken an 8-2 lead, and he is very close to some additional points here too now, as his opponent, Troy Doughman, struggles for an escape with 20 seconds to go in the first period. It's an 8-2 Dickman lead, but Stoughton, with 2 wrestlers in the finals in Class A, chasing Wisconsin Rapids for the team championship. So this one has some added pressure as far as the wrestlers are concerned. Doughman from LaCrosse Central coming in at 27-4, and Dickman at 30-0, one of our undefeated wrestlers.
Yes, I'm sure that Dickman's going to try and run that score and get the pin if he can. Stoughton, of course, has to win both their final matches, and Rapids has to lose both of theirs to tie for the state championship. Dickman is obviously looking for those extra team points to give them the edge should Rapids fall on their face and Stoughton be able to pull them out. He's been in complete control so far. He got his first takedown about a minute into the period, and he seems to really have his motor running. He's really going after it.
Now we see official Tom Kramer of Cuba City flip the coin and give the winner of the toss the opportunity to choose his position. You see Dickman from Stoughton in the down position here, and Troy Doughman, who is in his first state tournament appearance, in the up position. Dickman, incidentally, last year was 3rd at 98 pounds for Coach Laverne Pieper, who is in his 18th year there. So the experience is certainly on the side of Dickman here. And Rick, right away, what do you look for from the wrestler that is in that down position in the way of strategy, especially at the lower weight class?
Well, he's going to have to develop some kind of hand control and take charge a little bit. Right now, Doughman is really putting the pressure on him on top. He's down 8-2. He's got to tip him. He's got nothing to lose. He's going after the head. He's not hanging back. He's a little out of position right now, and Dickman may come out of this with a reversal. He did right there. That'll happen a lot of times if you're trying too hard for the pin, especially against a good wrestler. You start to go up on top after their head, and you can get in trouble.
And we'll further expand on what Kirby Symes has been explaining to you in regard to the 2 officials on the mat, which is the first year that this has taken place in the WIAA state tournament. You see Tom Kramer, who is the head referee here, is responsible for all falls. Now his assistant referee, which is John Rommel, is working a little bit more of the perimeter, and John is from Sheboygan Falls. He looks for more of the infractions involved here. So we have 2 officials on the mat working each of these match championships for the first time in our WIAA state tournament. And now 37 seconds to go in period 2 in the Class A 105-pound championship, as Dickman from Stoughton, who is close to getting turned over now by Doughman, is leading 10-2.
He's in trouble. He's got it locked up, but I think he's going to come out of it. He did. He still has a 10-2 margin, which gives him the 8-point advantage. He's picking up extra team points. Right now, Stoughton has the team points they need to win the tournament should both their wrestlers win and both the Rapids boys lose in the finals. So it's very important that he either maintain this lead or build on it and go for the superior decision, which requires 12 points.
In the final few seconds of the second period now, as we'll see in the third period, the changing of the positions there, and with a 10-2 lead, one might wonder if the leader by 8 points would change his style, being somewhat more conservative, or has changed his strategy somewhat.
Doughman looks like a real competitor. He's really hung in there. I don't think Dickman can afford to do that. Coach Pieper has just gave him a few words before they started around. They're going to go after some more points. That match could still turn around in a hurry. He wants to build that lead. You can't hang on to an 8-point lead with the wrestler being able to escape and take those team points away from him in the last few seconds. He's got to try and tip him.
We've seen some high-scoring matches in the tournament thus far, and some real dramatic turnarounds as well. We can recall.
I think that has a lot to do with the freestyle influence you're starting to see. Wisconsin's becoming more and more sophisticated in the sport of wrestling every year. The quality of coaching is improving. All those things tend to give more wrestlers the tools and equipment, the moves they need to stay in a match. Even if you're down 6-8 points, if you've had a lot of freestyle and you can throw somebody, you can be back in the match right now. And that's what we're starting to see.
Dickman with a 10-2 lead with 1:18 to go in the third and final period of the Class A 105 championship match. Dickman of Stoughton is in the up position here, and of course it's his responsibility to try and work his opponent to the mat, lest he be penalized for stalling. Dickman in the semifinals defeated Greg Gomez of Wauwatosa West 16-4.
Dickman has just been warned for stalling, so he went to the head. tried to throw the half. He's gotten a little bit of trouble again with Doughman. You have to realize there's two very different trains of thought going through those wrestlers' mind right now. Doughman is trying to win a state championship. He's down by 8 points. Dickman is in a position where he's literally got one. He's got the championship won unless he makes a big mistake, but yet he has to maintain that 8-point lead for his team. It's very important to Dickman to control this man. He cannot give away that point. That point is very precious to his team right now.
And Doughman is now working for the escape, and he now works for the pin.
He has it.
As
he's out. It's a 10-3 match. Stoughton has lost that half a team point that they needed. Dickman's coming back. He's got the 2. I'm sure he's got the 2. There it is. There it is. He's up by 9 right now. He's in a lot better position. Doughman could escape on him with 3-4 seconds left, and Stoughton would still save that precious half a point.
10 seconds to go in the match, and now another point is awarded as we have another stalling point that has been penalized to Dickman, and they'll both start in the up position, and we are at 12-4.
I believe they're going to stay in the referee's position, Randy, but it is 12-4, so it becomes very important now that Dickman at least look busy for the next 6 seconds. Another penalty point is going to be very costly to Stoughton.
And Dickman nearly giving up an escape or reversal. And the match concludes at 105 pounds, a big victory for Coach Laverne Pieper and Stoughton, and of course Tom Dickman. Not only the victory, but keeps them in contention for the team championship as they are chasing Wisconsin Rapids. Louis Bennett's Red Raiders leading coming into our championship match. 12-4 the final. Tom Dickman of Stoughton over Troy Doughman of LaCrosse Central, finishing the season a champion and undefeated. Marshall?
Fieldhouse, we're all set for the awards for 105 pounds.
Coming up with the awards for Class C, 105 pounds. Runner-up.
The runner-up, Brian Mills of Iowa Grant. And the champion in Class C, Mark Fosterling of Ithaca. That is the match that you saw here, and you saw Fosterling get the pin. The runner-up in Class B, Gary Johnston of New Richmond. And the champion, John Burns of Cadott. And the Class A runner-up, Troy Doughman of LaCrosse Central. And the champion of Class A, Tom Dickman of Stoughton.
They're working on the other one.
Dickman winds up the season with a perfect 31-0 record. There's a good look at all 3 of the champions and runner-ups in the 105-pound competition.